It's your favorite cowboy, the crypto cowboy, your favorite crypto educator, back here for another day and another dollar on this beautiful crypto evening. It's February 1st. We just started the month, already weary and very cautious. For those that don't know me, my name is Abstract. I'm a crypto educator. I've helped thousands of people in the crypto world learn crypto, learn how to make money with crypto, and how to use crypto in their every single day life. Okay? Also, for those that don't know, I built a Discord called the Inner Circle Discord. And it's a place where people can come together, people can learn crypto together, people can trade opinions, get exclusive market calls from me, and exclusive market analysis. As of yesterday, big shout out to everybody who minted the lifetime access NFT. The mint closed yesterday. I really appreciate you guys for the support. It goes a really long way. I mean, I put 24 hours of my day basically into cryptocurrency. So for you guys to actually be supporting me and showing love, I mean, it goes a really long way. And like I said before, and I'm gonna keep my promise, I'm writing a book on crypto, and the day that I actually print the book, I am going to include the names of the people who minted that NFT in the book as an appreciation for the support that you guys, for believing in me, because I always believed in you guys, okay? So that really goes a long way. So going forward, if anybody wants to subscribe to the Discord, you can go to the link in the bio, and there's an official Discord invite link, and you can click that link and you can subscribe to the Discord via inside the Discord. You can subscribe, right? So I really appreciate you guys for everything. So let's jump right to it, man. Crypto's crashing, shit's getting crazy, okay? But let's jump right into the news first, okay? Ethereum needs more blockchain activity adoption to recapture $4,000. Okay, me and you, we all know that. I know that, you know that, your uncle knows that, your grandpa knows that. Everybody knows that Ethereum adoption is lacking in blockchain activity. This is kind of the narrative that I've been saying the past couple of days, man. It's kind of like crazy that now, I'm seeing articles about it, because it's kind of like, if you're in crypto, you know what the hell's going on. So people are saying Ethereum needs stronger blockchain activity, new use cases, and collaboration with public and private interests to regain investor confidence and reclaim its previous all-time high. Analysts told Cointelegraph. And to be honest with you, it is no surprise. I mean, the market is very ugly. We started the month. I mean, this was kind of already what we were, discussing the past couple days, so it's nothing new. So we kind of had a feeling already that this month, for the most part in crypto, would be a red month. We already had 2 months red in Ethereum in a row. Looks like this one might be a third one. I mean, it's still early in the month. It's only the first day of February, so there's still a lot more time to tell what's going to happen in this month. But for the most part, Ethereum is definitely struggling, lacking adoption, needs more innovations, needs to reduce gas fees. That's number one. At the end of the day, gas fees are cheap right now in Ethereum, but that's only because no one is using Ethereum, correct? So if people were actually using Ethereum, then obviously, the story would be different. But as of right now, Ethereum is struggling insanely. In other news as well, Kraken to delist USDT for stablecoins in Europe. And this is something I find interesting as well, that a lot of people are moving towards getting away from USDT. It seems like because USDT is not so transparent with people, it just seems like people are trying to stay away, because it's kind of like, people have said before in past bull runs that USDT was a ticking time bomb, and that at some point USDT might fall. I mean, every single bull run people say this. So you know how that goes. But at the end of the day, it kind of makes sense that some of these big exchanges start to step away from USDT. I know that Europe has different regulations than we have in the US. But all in all, we do need more transparency in a stable coin such as a USDT, because a USDC already has a lot of transparency, and that's why USDC is doing really well, and that's why Coinbase honors a one-to-one peg with the dollar and USDC. Okay, everyone in the chat, Aunt None, how's everybody feeling, man? Make sure to please like and subscribe. Please like the video so we can boost this content up the algorithm, and please subscribe to the channel so that we can continue to grow this channel, man. You already know how it goes, man. We got Aunt None saying, I'm gonna start it off like this: buy Robinhood on Phantom, only meme coin you leave money on, in my opinion. Invested 2K, shot up to 22K, but volatility is crazy, not gonna lie. Hopefully crypto market sees a 20% dip. Hey man, I did check out the Robinhood meme coin on Solana. I did check that out actually. It's actually it absolutely went bonkers. That's something I did not think that it was gonna do. I believe it's like at 80 mil market cap, maybe. Okay, so it's at 70 mil now. Yeah, absolutely insane, man, to see this coin do what it did. I remember seeing this in the jump when it was like over here at a mil. So it's kind of crazy to see this. But hey, man, if you're up, enjoy, man. But always remember, man, take profits on the way up. Never leave your whole bag in there, because when the show's over for real. And at the end of the day, this is still a meme coin. And at the end of the day, you should know that in every single meme coin on Solana for the foreseeable future, it's all been the same vibe. You moon, everyone's having a party, everyone's screenshotting their profits, and then when the ride's over, people get stuck in that trade and don't want to sell because they think that it's going to continue going up, only for the show to actually be over. Okay? And make sure, for everyone in the trenches, make sure you are hydrating correctly. Okay? Today we got the good old Poland Springs. We brought back the Poland Springs today because we need to stay hydrated. Okay? Because the trenches can get treacherous. Okay? There we go. There we are. Well, one thing I will say, guys, in meme coin news, so we have very random, but we have
yeah. Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? It's official.
Dropping a meme.
The new King Combs coin is officially live on Solana. I need y'all to tap the link. Go tap in right now if you want to get rich, you want to get lit. Let's go. King Combs coin, the best coin. King coin. Let's go.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, yo, what's up, y'all?
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing, but yeah, I was a little kind of laughed a little bit when I first saw this. He dropped the meme coin. I got people in group chat saying, "Oh, P. Diddy's son just dropped a meme coin." As soon as I seen this, I'm like, yeah, this is going to zero. And right on cue, it's almost at the zero. Almost on cue. I will not buy celebrity meme coins. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, no. They think we're stupid. Oh, no. This is a very big cash grab, my friend. And I am not funding you. No, no, no. I am not. Oh, man, when I seen this, man, I laughed so hard, bro. When I first seen this, I was like, P. Diddy's son dropping a meme coin. Yeah, you guys can buy this if you guys want, but fool me. What is it? George Bush said. He was like, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice." What is it? Yeah, man. I'm not getting finessed, man. I don't know what he's doing dropping a meme coin, but for one thing, sure, I'm not buying it. Hell to the hell no. In terms of fear and greed index today, hey, we are shooting down in greed. Seems like the market is starting to become a little bit more neutral, with the possibility to go into fear. I mean, we haven't been in fear in the market in a very long time, actually. So anything is possible. But when we jump into the market, guys, on the monthlies, man, Bitcoin still alive, still looking well. Bitcoin still looking very fine in the short-term frame. What I am looking for in Bitcoin, okay, and this is something that I was noticing today, what we want to see in Bitcoin, okay, we want to see this level hold right here, okay? It's a very important level, okay? We want to see this hold in BTC, which is going to be about the $97,000, $98,000 level. The next level down, okay, for BTC that we want to see hold, at least, guys, at least that 90K level, okay? That's another level we're going to see that needs to hold. So at the end of the day, if BTC starts to dump here, guys, you know, I'm praying that we hit $70,000 on everyone in the chat say, hell no, I'm good. Thank God you guys are with me on this one. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not buying that shit. Hell no. So listen, just keep thinking about the 1,000 bottles of baby oil. That's what I think of when I hear that about that meme coin. But listen, so BTC, we need to see it hold, right? This $98,000 level right here, right? So at the end of the day, we could see actually a little pull up over here at that $97,000 level. I feel like the $98,000 level is actually more important right now than the 100K level, just because of the supports, etc. So I could feel like we could see a little push up, but ultimately, if it doesn't hold, guys, we're gonna go down lower into this area, which is gonna be all the way from it's gonna be all the way from like 93K all the way to that 90K level, okay? So that's something you guys gotta keep in mind. You know, I know that you know, nobody wants to see red in the market, but you guys also have to, you know, you gotta respect the charts, right? But one thing I would say is that at the end of the day, right here, okay, that can possibly right over here, this can possibly be a long also, okay? And that's something to take into account, because this is an important support, and if it breaks down, everyone knows that BTC is going to go much lower, because there is a gap, okay, between between here and here. There is a gap, okay? There is a gap right here. And this is a gap that can be filled, but also bulls also know that this is a gap. And at the end of the day, they might try to defend it at these levels, okay? Because at the end of the day, it did hold. Now, if we invalidate, like I said, we're probably going to go back down here to 91K. It just makes you feel like, since BTC's been holding so well, if BTC were to go down to 91K, the rest of the market can bleed even more than what we're seeing right now. If you think that this is blood, there can be even more blood in the market. So you guys gotta, you know, at the end of the day, like, if you're in altcoins, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, you know, but at the end of the day, remember that no trade anyone is ever locked into, unless like you're staking and it's locked for a certain amount of days. You're not locked into any trade, guys. If a trade is losing and you feel like in your heart that you need to step away from that trade, by all means, you know, at the end of the day, you are in charge of your portfolio. I'm not in charge of your portfolio, and I can't tell the future. I can only speculate. So you guys got to keep that in mind. If a trade is going the wrong way and it's a failed plan, you have to be mindful of, hey, maybe it's time to cut your losses. Because some of these coins, the charts look completely horrendous. Okay? Completely different than what I had thought what is initially going to happen. I will admit when I'm wrong. And I was definitely wrong about a lot of altcoins, okay? Certain altcoins I was right, you know, made a ton of money, etc. But some of these altcoins, guys, I was completely wrong. I mean, I didn't expect GRT to be at 16 cents today, you know? Dogecoin doing really well. But like Solana, I expected Solana to be much higher than it is today. Ethereum, I mean, now given now that we know the narrative with Ethereum, now it kind of makes more sense. But 2 months ago, a lot of us would have argued that Ethereum was going to hit all time high. So at the end of the day, like BTC is commanding the market, and the fact is that BTC is still holding well. Okay, BTC still holding really well here, but like I keep saying, if Bitcoin were to dump back down to that 93K, all coins are gonna bleed horrendously. And even if Bitcoin dumps down to 93K, it's still bullish for Bitcoin. Because Bitcoin could dump down to 93K and still close the month at 104K. But I'm just saying, if it dumps that 10% down, that 8% down, all coins are gonna get slaughtered. Because when we look at this chart and we look at this chart, it tells two different stories. Bitcoin chart looks phenomenal. We look ready like we're going to go to all-time highs again. Ethereum, on the other hand, looks like it wants to sink. Okay? And like I told you guys yesterday, I'm still sticking to my plan. I believe that Ethereum, for the most part, is going to see very important support at these levels. Okay? This is going to be, I feel like, for this bull run, I believe here is going to be the most important support for this bull run, and one of the supports that will be one of the best buying opportunities in the sense of Ethereum. Okay, so I just feel like if Ethereum were to enter this box, okay, which is going to be somewhere around let's call it 2600, 2700 because of the moving average. So let's call it 2700 all the way down to 2100. Okay, and that is very, very, very possible. Okay, and that would also coincide with this trend line that we've been having since June of 2022. Okay, guys, so that's a trend line that's been holding for 3 years here. It's not a trend line that's been holding for 2 months. This is a trend line that's been holding for 3 years. Okay, so if we were to bounce down to that trend line, guys, we are looking easily at 2,500. Okay, 2,500 to possibly go back up. Okay, and that is something that is possible. Okay, but for the most part, I do want to see us retrace back to that trend line. By the way, if I remove the trend line, it actually falls accordingly to the moving average. Okay, so if you notice this moving average, it's been following accordingly. See, look, over here in August, we bounced off that trend line. We went to the moon again. Okay, we've been bouncing off this trend line for 3 years. Okay, so let me place this trend line back to where it is. Bam. Okay, it's a little off, but trend lines don't have to be perfect, because as long as you can recognize a pattern, that's all that's important, guys. So you don't got to be here like, oh, I need to put it exactly here, and oh, this is a little off. No, if you recognize a trend line, that's all that matters. You visibly recognize it, and you know where is a buying opportunity, where the market can potentially go, so that it can continue the rip up. So I just feel like if we've been on this trend line for 3 years, I do not expect the market to come down here and actually break past here. Why? Because it's been holding for 3 years. Okay, if that trend line were to be broken, that would completely jeopardize the bull run for Ethereum. And I'm going to say it just like that. And that's something that some people don't want to hear, but the name of this video is the crypto crash. Okay, so this is something that you guys got to keep in mind. And one thing that I've realized too, just because every bull run is the same doesn't necessarily mean that this one has to be the same. And I know it's dangerous to say sometimes that, but this time is different. But this time is different. But this time can be different. And that's something that we have to take into account, right? So at the end of the day, in my eyes, and this is a monthly chart, guys, if ETH were to break this trend line that's been holding for 3 years all the way over here, okay, this little circle right here, this can jeopardize the bull run for Ethereum. Okay? I personally, right, and this is just my thought here. Obviously, if we actually were to break down from this trend line, I would obviously wait for a confirmation, because a lot of times in crypto, guys, you get moments like these, right? Where we have moments like these, where Ethereum dumps crazy down, scares the hell out of everyone, and then completely goes back up, capitulates again, goes back up, and just tricks people. And it's a huge bear trap. Okay, so that's something to consider, that there's a lot of times in this crypto market where we see a lot of bear traps. Okay, so I just feel like if we were to break this trend line over here, we need to wait for a confirmation that it's actually broken down, like an actual close above below this trend line. Now, if Ethereum, in my eyes, were to break this trend line and confirm it, personally, guys, I would be very weary. I would be very weary and very cautious. At the end of the day, this bull run has been very different than the past bull runs. And with that being said, anything is possible, especially to the fact that the Ethereum narrative just isn't as there as it once was. So if Ethereum were to break that trend line, we have to start considering to maybe move on to something else. Maybe move on to a chart that's better. Me personally, I wouldn't DCA Ethereum at these prices. I think that we still have more room to go down. Now, if there was a narrative for Ethereum, made me feel like, hey, Ethereum could go to the moon, da 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 da. But there is, that narrative just isn't there. That narrative isn't there, guys. So, for the most part, this is what I'm going to be watching for. Now, let's say Ethereum were to touch this trend line, which is about, like I said, 2,500, 2,500, 2,400, 2,600. I would DCA here, though. Only because it's a trend line that's held for 3 years. So we have to already assume that it's going to hold. Because you guys know, for the most part, man, something that's held for a long time, bulls will defend that price and they will buy up that price. So I still believe we're in a bull run. I don't believe that Ethereum will jeopardize its bull run and crack under that trend line. So before I move on, I just want to remind you guys, any price on Ethereum from 2,700 to even 2,300 is a buy for me. Okay, so let me give you guys a little box over here. Right here, brush. There we go. So any price from here. Oh, hold on. Okay, so right here. So from 2,700 to 2,300, this is a buy zone for Ethereum. Okay, so just remember that 2,700 to 2,300, that's where it's a definitive buy, the definitive accumulation for Ethereum, so that you can make an absurd amount of money in this bull run. I would personally, and I'm personally going to be doing this, setting up buy orders on Ethereum at these prices. And at the end of the day, if we have a flash crash on Ethereum and it touches those numbers, hey, you bought in for the stupid cheap, and now you're going to make free money, okay? So that's something to consider. But aside from that, I mean, all coins are hurting, man. These charts look ugly. And you know what's one thing I realized, guys, is like, if a chart looks ugly, just because you're buying it, you're not going to fix the chart. Like this is something that I want people to understand. Just because you're buying a chart and you're DCAing down, it's not going to change the fact that the chart looks ugly. If the chart looks ugly, you have to listen to the chart here. If the chart looks ugly, then there's nothing you can do about it. You're just probably going to continue to lose money DCAing down in hopes that it will be revived. because you might believe in the coin, etc. But a lot of people don't care about what the coin does. They just care about what the chart looks like. You guys know this best. People just care about what the chart looks like and if the chart can bring them returns. If the chart can bring them returns, then they will buy that chart all day. It can be a meme coin, it could be a shit coin, it could be whatever. As long as the chart is showing gains, that there's a potential for gains, people will continue to buy that. But if a chart looks ugly, majority of investors are not going to be buying that chart until they see a clear reversal. And a lot of these charts are showing the same exact thing. They're showing weakness. They're showing that they want to keep going down. Now, if you want to hold and if it revives, cool. But just accept the fact that if you are in these coins, then you might continue to lose money. And we don't know if they're going to come back because we're in a bull run, but this bull run can be different. And like I always say, it's dangerous to say if it's going to be different, that this time could be different, but it could be. And it's that narrative that we were talking about the other day, is that there is just so many altcoins now in the market. You know, in past bull runs, we've seen so many altcoins completely go to the moon, completely moonshot. I mean, we've seen so many coins moon, man, in the past bull runs, and it just felt like you could buy anything and you're going to go to the moon. But now the story's a little bit different because there's so many coins in the market. The market is so diluted and there's just not enough demand. We don't have the amount of buyers that we need for this market to go up. For this market to go up, you need a new wave of investors. Every single bull run is the same in this aspect, though. Every time the market makes new legs up, the market goes up again. That's because we have a new set of buyers, a new set of people who believe in cryptocurrency, who are injecting a massive amounts of money. Okay, why do you think Bitcoin is at 101K right now? It's because there's so much more money involved. There's so much more institutions involved. There's so much more people involved. So with these altcoins, the problem I see is that there's just not enough demand. There's too many altcoins. There's too many things going on, you know, and that's just something to take into account. So I just feel like if you are in a losing trade and the chart is telling you that it might continue to go down, maybe you should consider cutting your losses and get into a better trade. Because if there's one thing we all know about this market, is that there's always a better trade out there. It's just up to you to find it. There's always a better trade. There's always a better chart. There's always a better opportunity. You don't have to be locked into that opportunity. You know, it's not like you have handcuffs on your hand and you can't click the button. It's all just a psychological game. And sometimes when we're down on our coins and our portfolio's down and our holding that we held and we believed in it, you know, hey, you know, you got to admit when you're wrong, right? Like at the end of the day, like as we all know, right? I've been, you know, there were certain coins in the bear market that I've always been a big believer on, right? Dogecoin was one of them. I feel like that was a really easy one. That was, we were buying that 7-8 cents. I even caught some at 6 cents. Now it's at 31 cents, but it went up to about 50 cents, right? And then there was other coins like a GRT, which we caught very cheap too. 5, 6, 7, 8 cents, 9 cents, 10 cents. And in this bull run, it went to about 34 cents, I believe. But the chart is telling us now that this might not stop going down, actually. Now there is a certain point in GRT where I feel like it won't continue to go down as much because there is supports that have held for years on end. So at the end of the day, it will reach a point where it will probably hold, right? But for me personally, I've already begun, how do I say, de-risking from GRT de-risking from certain coins, because at the end of the day, you have to protect your capital, guys, and you have to protect your portfolio. You have to respect your money at the end of the day. And like I say, there's always going to be better opportunities out there. There's charts that look better. Okay, it's like, why would I hold a GRT when Ave looks 100 times better? When Ave looks like it's primed to go to all-time highs? Why would I hold a failing chart like GRT when we have Chainlink looking like it wants to do highs? You know, H-bar, Solana, So that's what I'm trying to get at. And sometimes when a trade is telling you you have to cut those losses, maybe it's time to cut those losses. And I know that's one of the most difficult things to do, but also being an experienced trader, that is one of the things that you will have to accept. I've messed up trades many times, lost money on trades, but learning also how to cut those trades is also a part of the process. Just like how when you are in profit, knowing how to take profit, it is just as important when you are in a loss, knowing when and how to cut those losses and creating a strategy. Maybe if this coin dips 20%, hey, maybe I should take out 40% of my bag because it's breaking certain supports, right? That is something that's an easy strategy to do. Creating stop losses and a strategy. Hey, I'm 100% invested here, but if it starts to go down 20%, I'm gonna take out 30%. If it breaks that key support that's been holding for a year, I'm gonna pull out another 40%. And so that you're protecting your bag and you're minimizing the loss, especially in the market right now, where we're seeing the market wanting to do a huge correction. And the market's been showing this time and time again. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out right now that Bitcoin is trying to dump and the rest of the market's bleeding, kind of like it's like pricing in the action already for Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin even starts to dump even a little bit, like if Bitcoin starts to go under 100K right now, these altcoins are going to bleed tremendously. And it's like all Bitcoin has to do is move 2%. And these altcoins going to dump 10%, 15%, 20%. Because it's like there's just so much fear in altcoins, and it just feels as though everyone is racing to Bitcoin for safety. And that's why it's kind of crazy how Bitcoin is still above 100K. When you really put it in perspective, guys, it's kind of crazy that Bitcoin is still above 100K, even though the rest of this market is in shambles right now. Think about that for a second. When we had fathom, like back in the day, we couldn't even fathom 100K. Now 100K is here, and everyone is so bearish. Everyone is so like, oh my God, bull run's over. I've seen this story numerous times. It's all just a manipulation and a retail psychological thing, and also liquidating all these YouTube influencers, that have a lot of money and leverages and et cetera, et cetera. And the smart ones are the ones that de-risk. And at the end of the day, the bull run is still not jeopardized because we can still retrace tremendously and still go to the moon and make all-time highs in a year from now. And I also heard another theory from somebody recently that they were saying, obviously it's that whole thing, right? What if this time is different, right? But we have to take that into account because it is going to reach a point, guys, that the bull runs aren't going to do the same thing. Now, if it's now, I don't know. But there is going to be a time where the bull run is not going to do the same thing. And maybe the bull run goes on for much longer than we expected. Kind of like that super cycle narrative that we've been hearing about a lot in the past. About how if Bitcoin does a super cycle and the bull run doesn't end in November to January, if the bull run continues forward. And the thing is that's so different now with Bitcoin, and it's just that you have all these institutions. You have BlackRock, you have Bitcoin reserves, you have nations buying Bitcoin. So now you have to start feeling like it's becoming such a big thing that it's going to get less volatile as time goes on, but also more stable as time goes on. Okay? Because when you look at gold, gold doesn't move like Bitcoin because gold is worth 17, 18 trillion dollars. Bitcoin's worth $2 trillion. So when Bitcoin gets to the realms of 8 to 10 trillion, 6, 7, 8 trillion, it's just not going to move as fast as people thought. It's going to become more stable and more, how do you say? Because now you have ETFs. You have Bitcoin ETFs. You have institutional funds, institutional tools. So it's like, it's going to reach a point where Bitcoin's just not going to be moving as fast as people initially, like as fast, and won't dump as much and won't pump as much. So I just feel like any price for Bitcoin right now, it doesn't matter if it dumps, it's a good price for me. Yeah, as much as I want 70K, it doesn't matter. I'll buy Bitcoin at any price at this point because I've realized, and this is what I said in the past couple days, that Bitcoin is something you only buy, you never sell. And it doesn't matter where the price is because it's proven and there's too much money behind it. Why would I be buying altcoins that are bleeding and the chart is ugly as hell when I could just be buying BTC, accumulating BTC, because I know where it is going to be in 8 years from now. Now, a GRT, a coin that I love at the end of the day, but also understand that it could potentially not do what I thought it was going to do, why would I hold that for 6 years? Think about this for a second. Why the hell would I hold that when we don't know where that's going to be in 4 to 8 years from now? What if there's a competitor to GRT who does GRT indexing, data curing? What if another project comes out that does it 10x better and then starts stealing the share of that market? Kind of like how you have Chainlink that innovated with interoperability and oracles and all this, but now you have PYTH on Solana. Pyth is stealing that share of Chainlink. And that's that whole narrative that I'm talking about with you guys. Every single year, there's a new project. Every single day, there's a new project. So the market is becoming super diluted. And it almost starts to feel like we are getting in a .com bubble in a way, where there's just so many coins, not enough demand, and it reaches a point where it could not a bubble in Bitcoin per se and the coins that are doing really like a Solana, but like a bubble in all the other coins, right? Like think about how many coins are. There's like over 1 million crypto coins, right? So it's like we have to be honest with ourselves. And I know looking at a BTC at $100,000 feels like it's unattainable. It's a price that's too high. It's a price that, but if I buy Bitcoin, it's not gonna give me the returns I need. At the end of the day, we all want the million X. We all want the 100, 200, 500X. But is that what we're gonna get? Maybe not. So it's better to protect your money, buy something that you know is gonna give you returns, rather than every week risking your money on the next 100X and getting nothing in return. You keep going to zero because you're trying to go to $1 million. You're trying to shortcut. Think about all those guys back in the day, those guys and gals that went and accumulated Bitcoin 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 22, 23, 24, and now they're here at $100,000 Bitcoin. And they built all their wealth just DCAing, accumulating Bitcoin all those days that Bitcoin was down, all those days that Bitcoin was up. And guess what? Today, Depending on depending on your situation, even if you were someone that doesn't make that much money or someone who makes a lot of money, you at least could easily have 2, 3, 4, 5 Bitcoin today. So then it just starts to make you feel like instead of trying to skip steps, instead of trying to gamble your money on all these altcoins, hey, build your wealth with Bitcoin and trade small percentages of your portfolio to try and flip it into bigger money. You get a Trump coin. Oh shit, that's an opportunity. The President of the United States has dropped a meme coin. Okay, let me go take 3 bands, 2 bands, 1,500 to go buy Trump coin. Now you 10x on Trump coin, because 10x on Trump coin was easy. Now you 10x on Trump coin. Now you have $15,000. Now you can go buy 15% of a Bitcoin today. That's my point. Because while the rest of the market is struggling, Bitcoin still looks phenomenal. And anybody who held any of these other altcoins have underperformed against Bitcoin and have lost against Bitcoin every step of the way. Every single coin in this market. There's only a select few that would have gave you way more Bitcoin. One being a Solana. Okay? Because when we look at the Sol BTC chart, this proves that if you had bought Solana in this whole year, you had 1 year to buy Solana from December 2022 all the way to September of 2023. You could have bought Solana at any point here, okay? And today, you would have 3x the amount of Bitcoin. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to say. It's all about knowing when to trade out of your Bitcoin. And this is a strategy that I've completely reimagined the way I think about crypto in the past month. And like going forward, this is going to be my strategy. Like I feel like, you know, because I'm always trying to come up with ways how to make better traders, you know, because in my inner circle, in my Discord, you know, I have a bunch of people who are always trading ideas, and I'm learning from the people in there as well. You know, Got Hash in the chat, he's always in there. We're always chopping it up. I learn from you just as much as you learn from me. So one thing that I've come to a consensus is, how does a new trader, you know, when they're coming to this market, how are they, like, I don't want somebody now to go and just jump in to all these altcoins and, oh, you're gonna 5x, and yeah, you could 5, 10x. No, we have to completely reimagine our strategy here. And we have to think smarter and be smarter, because the market will play you out every time. If you think you are smarter than the market, you will find out the hard way. And I figured that out the hard way many times before. Where if you try to outsmart the market, you will be outsmarted every time. You might get lucky that one time, but my friend, you will lose all your money. And you will lose your capital. So my thing is now, and the strategy that I've been talking about, is holding Bitcoin. Bitcoin should be your stash. And everything else, you think of it as garbage. Everything else is just for the moment. You recognize a play like this on Solana. You recognize this is going to blow up. You sell. Even here during this dump, because obviously no one's selling the tip top, but it was a 4x. You know, you could have been at a 4x, a 4x, a 3x. Now it's like you could have been at 3.5x, but now it's like a 3x. But recognizing patterns like this, hey, maybe I should trade 5% of my Bitcoin for Solana, because the Sol BTC chart is telling me that Sol is gonna outperform Bitcoin. So what do? You jump into a trade like this. You make 3 times now the Bitcoin. Now you have more Bitcoin. Because the goal is just to accumulate more Bitcoin. This bull run proved to me, shocked everyone, that Bitcoin's swallowing the entire market. It don't give a crap about nobody. It don't give a crap about Solana, Ethereum, Pepe, Shiba. It don't care about no one. It'll leave everyone in the dust because Bitcoin is king and Bitcoin's the number one crypto and everything else is just extra. So if we rewire ourselves to start thinking Bitcoin is not expensive, we have to just figure out and build a way to get our Bitcoin. But now going and trading meme coins every day, you're going to soon find out that you're going to have zero money because all of that stuff is by design to liquidate you. All that stuff, guys, the hype, the meme coins. Now, there's one of, every now and then you get those coins that prove, like a Trump coin, because the narrative is there that that's going to go to the moon. That's an easy play. But for the most part, all these other plays like, Ant None, I respect the money movement. I respect that you making bread with Robinhood. But please, bro, pull profits, bro. Like for real, bro. Like me, I'm genuinely telling you here, and I don't know what's gonna happen to this coin tomorrow, next week. This coin could 100x from here, whatever. But at the end of the day, the whales, they manipulate coins all day, bro. And they want you to believe this is going to go to all-time high. And yeah, it could go to all-time high. And you could be way more up. But pull profits, bro. Everything is about pulling profits. Because nobody has ever went broke securing profits, bro. And if you secure profits, now you can go and buy more Bitcoin. Because the goal is to have more Bitcoin. That's really the goal. Because one thing I've realized is as much as I bought altcoins, as much as I've cashed out coins, as much as I friggin' went and bought stuff for me in real life, I've realized that my best bet was always holding on to the Bitcoin. I should have never sold anything. So I'm trying to tell you guys that if you're in the game in coins that are, like I say, are extra, secure your profits, bro. No one has ever went broke securing profits. And I just tell you guys, in times like these, where the market is acting funny money, okay, you guys would be very surprised how low altcoins can go, okay? You would be very, 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 very surprised. But look, guys, I really appreciate everyone for showing up today. Like usual, it means a lot. Sorry for the crazy rant, but I get really passionate about this stuff. I really enjoy talking crypto and studying crypto and researching crypto. And bro, like I said, man, thank you guys so much. God bless. It's another beautiful day today. Tomorrow, Sunday, 9 p.m., we're gonna be back here sharp. Tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern is going to be the weekly candle close, which is going to be important because it's going to give us, we got the monthly close yesterday, and now tomorrow we're going to get the weekly close at 7 p.m. Eastern, and that's going to give us a forecast into what a forecast into what might happen next week. So tomorrow is also going to be an important stream because we're going to touch on weekly candles and kind of what might happen in the next week. But before I let you guys go, one important thing I just want to mention is I'm going to stay on my stance, guys. For right now, in the short term, I am bearish in every other coin except Bitcoin. Bitcoin could dump too, but I'm still maintaining bearish on the rest of the market. Okay? And especially with the weekly close tomorrow, we're going to close the week. If prices remain right now where it is, we are going to be closing a week in the red, setting up for next week a very big red, violent red. And as we all know, in politics, there's a lot of stuff going on with these tariffs around Mexico, Canada, China, and we don't know the effects of all that yet. And the media is completely eating that up right now. And that the fact that the Fed paused interest rates, it's a very big manipulation going on in the market. And I feel as though they are trying to bring down this market as much as they can. Me, I'm on the sidelines waiting. Once this market dumps, I'm deploying capital in. Okay, because what I'm trying to do is DCA on Bitcoin all the way down. I don't care what price it goes to. It can go to $2. I'm buying everything. Yeah, I'll buy whatever, 70,000, 80,000, 90,000, 60,000, 50,000, whatever. We'll buy any price. We'll buy Bitcoin. I don't care what price it's at. Okay, so I'm just trying. All I'm trying to say, guys, is that there's a lot of fear in the market, and just be aware. Tomorrow, we're gonna show up tomorrow, and we're definitely gonna deep dive. I like these live streams at 9 p.m. because it actually it's after the close of the day, so it gives us a better outlook, right? Because it would be different if I did the live streams at 4 p.m., where it would be before the candle close. And as we all know, the market likes to move very erratic as the day is closing, because it's either trying to push up to close in the green or push down to close in the red. So after the candle close is where we can get a more accurate speculation of what might happen in the future. And like I always say, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys for everything. And like I always say, don't do drugs, stay positive, don't do anything I wouldn't do, and another day, another dollar.